I just want to let you know, you guys, I've already technically been through my lesson, so you already know it. This is review. So this is a review day with the game. Just to let you know, so you're not completely clueless of what's going on up here. Right. Good morning, class. Today, we're going to start with our warm-up, going over what we learned previously in this lesson and last week with parallel lines and perpendicular lines. And then we're going to have a review game where you guys will have the chance to get some prizes. And then we'll close with our solutions. So, can I get somebody to work my PowerPoint for me?
Where's Alex? Alex is
Go ahead. See?
David's good with that too.
I'm sure he is. David next time. Okay, guys, so we went over parallel lines. Can somebody tell me what a parallel line is without looking at the big sign right here? You can't see it. Monique.
Lines that never intersect.
Lines that don't intersect, and we've learned previously that they have the same slope. Long time ago, old information. Moving on. Your two parallel lines from the street. Thought I'd give you guys some real world examples. All right, next slide, please. Perpendicular lines. Somebody tell me what a perpendicular line is. Eric.
Intersecting lines that form right angles.
Intersecting lines that form right angles. You didn't see that at all. Okay. See our perpendicular lines here? They form our right angles. I think it's a
Solar panel.
solar panel. I keep wanting to say they're windows.
Solar panel, yeah.
Solar panel. Okay, move on to the next line. Skew lines. You guys might be a little shaky on these, but skew lines, they're not parallel and they do not intersect. So they're like completely off. One line's over here, one line's over there. Don't touch, don't have the same slope.
Why is that? I mean, how can two lines not intersect and not
Well, you
intersect?
could have two lines here. I'll show you. This is a ruler, it's not in the same plane as this one.
Oh, so it's not in the
over
same
here.
plane?
They're both lines.
It's not
but
in
are
the
they
same
touching?
plane.
Not in the same.
Yeah, no, not in the same plane. That was the key thing. It's not, they're not in the same plane. Thanks a lot.
Very good.
That's not installation.
Next slide. Very good. Another example of skew lines. They do not intersect, they're not touching or anything. Just a reminder. Congruent. Congruent angles have the same shape, size, and measure. We're dealing with the same measure today because we'll be talking about parallel lines and transversals. So A, same as X, Y is the same as B, C is the same as Z. They have the same measure, so except one of them is 60 degrees, the other one is 60 degrees. So ignoring the different colors, all these cards have the same size, shape, and measure. Adjacent angles. Angles that lie in the same plane and they share a common vertex and a common side. I believe you guys learned that in your last lesson. There's a whole bunch of adjacent angles here. This one I can point out automatically. Same side, same vertex. Okay. Complementary angles. Two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. So they don't have to be beside each other like this. Like they're adjacent. They could be two different angles where one is half 45 degrees and another is 45 degrees, not even touching, but their sum is 90 degrees. Little special thing I'm trying to do. See my 90-degree angle. Moving on. Supplementary angles. You have a question, Connie?
Yeah, because that's in 3D.
Okay.
We are doing all
Can you go back?
two-dimensional, and that one that you did is in a three-dimensional space. Yeah, that's a three-dimensional.
Oh, well, I was just showing the actual one-dimensional. We're not concentrating on that. I just want to say, hey, I can draw a line and make 90 degrees.
Okay.
So we're not going to go into the three-dimensional. Don't worry about that. Moving on. Supplementary angles. Angles whose sum is 180 degrees. David, you have a question? You're not David, you're Jason, I'm sorry.
I left my note. Can I read it?
You don't need to read it.
Sure.
You're,
You always say
You're
that,
good.
then you make me forget.
you're good today. Supplementary angles, angles who sum up to 180 degrees. What angle do we know automatically sums up to 180 degrees?
One is 180 degrees.
Other than that,
Straight line.
raise your hand when you're gonna talk. Monique, did I hear you say something without raising your hand? Oh,
No.
she's raising her hand. What is it?
A straight line.
A straight line is automatically 180 degrees. Here's our straight line. We broke it up into two angles. Makes 180 degrees. Good line. All of these will add up to 180 degrees. Next. Now our lines and angles related to parallel lines but a transversal. These hint have a lot to do with our game today. Moving on. Transversal is a line that cuts through two different lines. For today, we're going to assume that the two different lines are parallel, okay? So these are just crossing. Don't pay attention to anything. I just wanted to show that they were actually crossing each other, just for an example. Alternate exterior angles. Now remember, our alternate exterior angles are angles that are on opposite sides of the transversal, but outside of the parallel line. So you see 3 and 4, they're opposite sides, and they're outside of these two parallel lines. Same for 1 and 2. They are congruent, they have the same measure. So if this is 60 degrees, that's 60 degrees. Quick example, these two lines are not parallel, that's just an example, because there'll still be alternate exterior angles, these two, and these two. They're just not parallel, they won't be congruent in this case. Alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are angles that are on opposite sides of the transversal, but they're inside or between the parallel lines. So you see 3 and 4 inside, 1 and 2 inside, opposite sides of the transversal, same measure. Moving on. My other cute example. Not in 3D. Moving on. Same side interior angles. These angles are on the same side of the transversal, but in between the parallel lines. They are not congruent in all cases. They add up to 180. So they sum up to 180, so they are what? We mentioned before. Starts with an S.
Supplementary.
Supplementary, you guys can all say it. Another quick example with the ladder. Same side exterior angles, very similar to our interior, except they're on the outside of the parallel lines. They are also supplementary angles. They're not congruent in all cases. Corresponding angles. These angles are in the same relative position relating to each line that is parallel. So this is in the same spot for this line, this is in the same spot for that. And they are congruent. Quick example. And our vertical angles. These two angles form when you intersect lines. And they're directly across from each other. Two non-adjacent angles form like intersecting lines. We call them opposite angles. So it's kind of like two V's are kissing. Let me see that one. They're acting, and they're congruent. Very good. That's our last slide. All right, to get to our game.
Was it okay for you?
Oh, you can sit down, I'm sorry. Wanted to keep you up there. Okay, for our game today, you guys will be in 3 groups of 4, and you'll receive a color, each of you a different color, and a problem to solve. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to solve this problem, then 2 minutes to review with your group. After you review with your group, you're gonna come to the board, put your answer up on the board. I'll say, everybody who has a yellow sheet of paper, come to the board. You put your answer up. And then after each group has gotten all their answers up, I'm gonna tally up the scores. The group that has the highest score gets to get their prizes first. The group who has the second highest gets their prizes second, and so on. Do you understand? Everybody gets a point?
What are the prizes?
The prizes range in homework passes, candy, school supplies. Yes, I guess I got some supplies. I'm gonna remove some of these because we don't need them since most of our classes are short today. Not most, some. Okay. So you will be group A. See, can you come up here? You four will be group A. You four will be group B. Do not start on these problems yet. I'm gonna say, ready, set, go. When I say go, I'm gonna start that 3-minute timer. You guys will be group C. Take that little sheet off, please, and give that back to me.
Groups of 2 or 4?
Oh, I'm sorry. 2 or 4? You, it's 4. Oh, I get to the wrong people. You guys will be group C. Can you take that purple sheet off and give it back? And who am I missing? Oh, yeah, I did 3 groups of us. Look at it.
Ms. Crowe, can I go to my locker? I don't have a pencil. And you just don't write a pen.
Do I have an extra pencil for you to use? Or does anybody have an extra pencil that he can use so he does not have to go to his locker? Thank you, Anthony. Saved by Anthony. There you go. Break up your sheets of paper. You get to choose whichever color you want.
I'll take
What color we got?
Do we have
Yellow,
blue? We
red,
got green, we got red.
Red or
we got
yellow?
blue, and
Choose what you want. Hurry up.
Say take that purple off. Blue.
Ladies
Fine, I get red.
Come on, guys. Come on, this group.
Try so hard.
Wait, can we start?
No, you cannot start. Do not start until I say yes.
There's a.
I'm voting about our
So everybody have their color sheet of paper. Do not start yet. You will not start until I say go.
Oh, it's just like.
All right.
To go.
Sharpen it. We have another one. I think it'll be okay with this one. They're all dressed For now, use this one. Okay. Pay attention, focus, do not start yet. Ready, set, go. You're on 3 minutes, try your best. Make sure to put your name on your paper. You don't have to do it right now. I know you guys are rushing. Not yet. You're gonna get 2 minutes to review with your group. Make sure that you didn't make any mistakes. Turn around.
You shut up to help her.
Not until the 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Turn around.
Yeah, I got it.
She'll get
How do you change the rules?
That's good, man.
You said we could help, no, you said we can help her. Yes.
We'll get to review. You can help her some.
He's supposed to come out around this.
Not all of them will be round numbers. There's one particular one out there that you can leave as an improper fraction. Or a decimal, whichever one you choose.
Gosh.
Phones away, Cotty. Don't let me have to take it.
You don't even have a card? Yeah.
You guys have a minute left. I wanna make sure everybody's getting theirs down. Not everybody's done. Anybody still working? Okay. Got 15 seconds left. People who are still working, then we're gonna review. If you need the help, you can get that time during review. All right, you guys have 2 minutes to review. Talk, you can talk. If you need any help, talk to your group members. Ask me a question. 2 minutes, go over it.
Okay.
You forgot something, remind yourself.
Should have like switch.
It was,
There you go.
5 minutes.
I figured we got 3
And
minutes.
then plus 4 really threw it off, so it's 101 over.
Man, your problem's hard.
It does plus 5.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, compared to mine.
I don't know. Plus 5 would make it, yeah, so plus 5 would have made it easy.
Well, what was yours? I didn't see mine. I had to find the value of 4x plus 90. I thought I was going to find it. So I plugged it up for x. So all I need is 4x plus 90. So,
Yeah, I figured. Nice.
Oh, I see what you did. You said these two.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, the 60 started going the other way?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
extraneous.
Oh, you know what? There's no one way to
Well, you could have just used
So,
that.
why not?
Yeah, you can use this.
went in there?
You still see they're the same as. It's a sneak.
6x.
Dude, have you tried chicken and waffles?
Right.
Like apparently like another soul dish or something I didn't know of.
Or, I mean, look at my 60 steps. This guy.
Yeah, fried chicken.
But you're just finding this. So
I'm bad with six. I get it.
He's a.
Nice.
Don't even say it, don't even say it.
you have this expression.
How you gonna stay in
I don't like to.
No, but I'm.
What was your
Helping each other out over here.
I don't like
Yeah,
to.
fine.
I don't like to.
Which is the same as that.
Get out of here.
Get over here.
Product of a white day.
Fine, you
I
need
don't even know
help?
how to make.
Everybody got their answers over here?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, 2 minutes are up. I need everyone's attention. Group, stop talking to each other. We gotta put this stuff up on the board. Jesse. Jason, I'm sorry, Jason. Eric, David, need your attention, everybody. All right, all people that have yellow papers come to the board, go under your group letter.
Who's yellow?
Put
Yellow.
your answers
Way to
here.
go. You're first.
RBC.
Now we're B.
No, we're B.
Are you sure?
Under C, don't take it away.
Put it under C. Trust Kaylee. Oh, wait, put it under A.
Wait, if you have the right answer, I don't mind.
Make sure you know your letter. You don't want somebody else to get your point.
You gotta work it out.
No, you do not have to work it out. Just put your answer up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dude.
Change it to a 28. She won't know.
Coggy. Girl, stop playing. I'm gonna get you this. So silly. So silly.
Dude, what's the odds of all the girls getting this? Because it's like. That's just
Okay, all reds, come to the board.
Steve.
Sure. No, we can convert to this. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry.
You gave up on this.
No, leave it as a decimal. Just leave it as a fraction. Don't try to do the decimal. Just leave it as a fraction. It works. Did you say what method you want to do?
I did, I said you could put it as a fraction or decimal.
That's right. So leave it as a fraction. Write it as a fraction.
Make sure
We're
it's
good.
right though.
Trust me, even the fractions.
You play any sports by chance?
I'm just I play basketball.
I go to basketball.
This guy one-on-one.
Steve, trust me,
Okay,
you're
come on,
good. Leave it like
Steve.
that.
You're good, you're good. Get this one. Blues, come to the board. Blues, 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 come on, blues.
In LA, there's like a camp park, frisbee now. It just says value. I go down there sometimes. Carpool together and.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a really chill.
And greens, make it up to the board, last one.
I don't know.
Yes.
Want to be able to like
Oh, yeah.
can you just about like
Okay, pay attention, I need everyone's attention. We have a tie between A and B, they got all their answers wrong.
Yeah.
So we're gonna quickly go to a challenge problem.
Yes.
Oh, well,
Well,
don't we have to
Teacher.
search extra answers?
we're gonna go over the
Teacher.
solutions after all.
Yeah.
The red?
No, red did not put degrees.
That's
So,
the-
Yeah, the red X is supposed to, we're not supposed to find degree, we're supposed to find
Okay,
X.
we put ours in decimal,
Yeah, so,
so.
like, some values, if you're asking an angle, you shouldn't put degree, but if you're asking just the value of the algebra.
Well, you guys put degree too, so.
I have people who are told you are not raising your hands. You are not raising your hands. What is the question? Kahi, start out.
Okay, for instance, like mine has a value of a certain angle, then you should put the degree. But on the red one, you are finding a value of x, which is just an algebraic solution.
Oh, yeah, so
Then
A.
you're not supposed to put the degree
Yeah.
on it.
But we
Oh, yeah.
But we didn't put the degree at first, and
Is
Kahi
this one
put the
yours,
degree.
Kahi? Did you do red?
No, I did red.
You did red for B?
Yes.
Because the tie is between A and B.
But
Yeah.
Kahi put the
You did
degree,
this
and he
one.
didn't put the degree.
No, because the red one is like just x, not the
The
degree.
red one is just X, and I did miss that. So
But
that
Kahi
does
put that right
mean-
there.
No.
Kahi put that right there.
Yeah, she cheated.
That is C wrong. Kahi, you put that
Teacher,
there? Yes.
what
Miss Crow.
are we getting wrong on our group?
For this
Yeah, I-
one,
Red.
this is gonna be
Red.
just 101 over 25, so I can't give this point to A. What? B, it's gonna be just 100, well, they have all of theirs right. Which one was yours, C?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna get to the solutions, because I have them all in the PowerPoint for you guys to look at.
But what did we do, what did we get wrong? They didn't put
We're gonna
degree.
go over the solutions in the PowerPoint. So
One
for
over
our
25.
treats, which you will get after we do our solutions, since we're not gonna do our challenge problem, since red has a degree there and X is not a degree. That means A, B's our winner, then A, and then C. Okay, so we'll go over our solutions real quick, so you guys can see what you did
I
last.
don't do it super fair. I don't want to win.
Close though.
I think we should do the challenge probably.
I got 5 minutes.
No, okay.
1 minute.
I sure wish I had that homework class.
How's it feel? Everybody hates you.
I
Your whole
know,
class.
because I'm from Korea.
Listening to the challenge.
There was the challenge. I saw it for a second.
For yellow, our solution, we had same side exterior angles, and you just had to find 2x plus 3 degrees. So we found x, we added it together, got 180 degrees, x equals 120 equals 12. We plug 12 into our 2x plus 3 and we get 27 degrees. We can't go over both solutions that we have right now because we're running out of time. So I'm gonna move on to to red. Red, the angle, we had to find the value of x. So 75 degrees and C, vertical angles. That means that 25x plus 4 degrees plus C are supplementary angles because they're same side interior angles. So we set them equal to 180 degrees. We find out that x is 4.04, and that's the same as 101 over 25. Blue, solution. Our vertical angles are 12 plus 5x and 36 minus 3x. We were told to find the measure of angle F. We know that we can find x from the vertical angle, so we get x equals 3. When we plug 3 in to 12 plus 5x, we find out that that's 27 degrees for this angle. But this angle corresponds to angle F, so we know that angle F is 27 degrees. And the last one, green. We know that these two are vertical angles, 6x degrees and 54 degrees. So we find that x is 9, we plug 9 in to our 4x plus 90 equation, and we find that we get 126. Okay, so now that we have to conclude class, I have a question. What are our special angle relationships that we've been going over? Can anybody name them? Just one. Anybody raise their hand?
Alternate
Dave.
interior angles,
Alternate interior angles. Can somebody name one more?
alternate exterior.
Alternate exterior. So a way that you can remember all the angles is VASC. We have vertical angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, supplementary angles. You could add that in there. Same side exterior, same side interior, corresponding, and if you want, complementary. And I'll write that on the board. Thank you.
Two, spread back a tad bit. If you have to go in between the tables, go in between the
I could
tables.
have done a little better with the classroom management.
All right, this is
Working
our
on the
warm up.
actual
We're gonna flash back to
game
yesterday what we learned.
improvements.
We're gonna
I got a
have two
little
different
confused with
balls
that,
going
especially
around,
with the
okay?
degrees. I had to look
Whenever
back
the
at
lights come back
who
on,
won
you
and
stop. And you'll
who was
have to
right.
answer a question,
I should
okay?
already know
So
that
you're kinda gonna
at this
compete
point,
against one
so
another.
it's a little
Ready?
confusing at that part, but
I'm just gonna
I think
toss them
overall
in.
it
Now,
went
you
okay.
can't pass it
I
to the
just
same
had to
person. You can
make sure I
toss it
understood my
over,
game better
but you
and
cannot pass it to the same
I
person
think I'd
over
have to
and over.
modify the
If you
lesson
do
a
not
little more
illustrate
for
self-control, you would
students
sit
that didn't
down and
understand
just
this
take a different
information
quiz.
or
Do you
they were just
understand?
learning this information.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.